Hello, fellow pipers. Janis here, this Sunday evening, smoking this Stanwell Sterling Shape 13, really nice straight grain from all sides. And in it, I have a mixture of Dan tobaccos, Roper's roundels. Let me show you the photo. And some Kendall, Kentucky from Gavitt Hogarth. This is like third pipe of that I smoked. And now this tobacco has more body, more strength, and it's satisfying to those who like pipe tobacco blends with more body and more strength. Before I was just like smoking it like normal Virginias. And at the end of the smoke, I wasn't satisfied. I had to light another pipe and maybe with some Virginia, Kentucky, what I usually smoke nowadays. And goes well with the late afternoon coffee. Okay. Now this is the way how to transform a blend that lacks something, and if we are able to identify that, we can add that to the blend. So it's, yes, you can, if you, let's say, don't like the taste profile enough, you can mature the tobacco, you put them in the jar and forget about it and you take it out like 2 to 5 years later on, and then you hope that it will be better, and often is better. Or in this case, when it lacks that body and strength, not so much on the taste side, but on the, as I said, body and strength side, you can add some stronger tobacco, full body tobacco, and it transforms in a beautiful smoke. And you can do this with more or less any blend, depending on what you're smoking. So this pipe is not made in Denmark. It's a Danish design, meaning it's made in Italy. It's not even finished in Denmark, so it's 100% made in Italy. But on the other hand, it's a very nice pipe, at least for my taste. And I can smoke pretty much any tobacco. Nevertheless, that it's more Virginia-based blends that I smoke in this really well. So, last week we had a official gathering of our pipe club. This is an official gathering of all members, or those who can come, of course, but it has to be at least 10 or 11 of us there so we can proceed with this official meeting. And in this meeting we go through what we were doing in the last year, how successful we were there, financial things of the club, because we have our own account and so on. I'm also a treasurer of our pipe club, and we go through how we somehow made our plan for the activities to come through last year, and we were quite successful, more or less. Out of, let's say, somewhere 12 activities we only changed the location of 2 of them, but not the content of it. So in that case, we were quite successful. We usually are. Being a member is a voluntary thing, and when that is the case, everything is possible. So, and for the work, so they say, that I did, and the care that I took of the Pipe Club and all the activities and members and so on, I was issued a gift, and it was in the liquid state, and it's this Glenbergie, 15 years old. And maybe you're asking yourself, or want to ask me, why is this Ballantine's logo here? You see? So Ballantine's is a blended whiskey, and blended whiskeys consists of can consist of dozens of different whiskeys, dozens of those whiskeys that more or less give them the taste and everything else, and some of them are maybe just to fill the space. But those whiskeys that are pretty good, and they are like, I don't know, peated, or they have whatever characteristics that the blender wants to give into the blended whiskeys, plus usually the blended whiskey houses or the, companies, brands want to have a consistent taste throughout the years of production. So they're using multiple whiskeys, and with that they're able to tweak a little bit the recipe every year or with every batch, and depending on the whiskeys they're using there and so on, how they were maturing and what casks and so on. So this is the role of the blender. I will not go in that. They can, with small changes to the recipe, they can put out a consistent taste for their loyal drinkers. But this is Ballantine's Series 001 single malt Scotch whiskey. So this was bottled by Ballantine's, or issued by Ballantine's, but it came out from their stash of different whiskies, and this one is Glenbergie, 15 years old, single malt Irish whiskey. This distillery is located in Speyside whiskey region. It doesn't say that it's unchilly filtered or natural color. It's also, so it's nothing out of that. So it has a colorant added, and it has been chill filtered, and it's 40% alcohol by volume. However, this is one of the 3 whiskeys, as they describe here on the box, and it was matured in American oak casks. They are one of the 3 whiskeys they use like this, 3 single malts that they use in making of Ballantine's blended whiskey. So let me just read a short description here. For the first time, Ballantine's introduces 3 of the signature single malts that are the foundation of our award-winning blended whiskies. As you experience the individual flavor profiles of the Glenbergie, the Milton Duff, and the Glentauchers editions, you will discover over 190 years old. 190 years of heritage and tradition born in the beautiful and historic Speyside region of Scotland. These exceptionally smooth and aromatic single malts are each unique and interesting. Okay. And just for the taste profile of this single Speyside, the fruity, so 15 years age, fruity with honeyed sweetness. The outstanding single malt from Glenbergie Distillery has the sweetness of red apples, fruitiness of pears, and a long, smooth finish. So it's a good candidate for opening. To see how this, when, I don't know, but there will be a time and opportunity for this. There are others that are already lined to be opened, so it will not go bad. Otherwise, I hope you're all doing well. That you rested over the weekend, which is usually the aim. If you're working throughout the week, spend time with your family, friends, neighbors, or just do something you want. So tomorrow, on Monday, you will be full of strength and motivation until next Friday. So I have a coworker who says that Monday lasts from Monday morning until Friday 12 o'clock or noon. And after that, the weekend starts. So we have only one Monday that lasts 4 days and a half, let's say, and the weekend. This is one way how to look at the time and life and so on. And it works for him, so. Okay. Now, if you remember the thumbnail that you saw at the beginning of the video, you saw a tin with the yellow lid, rectangular one. The shape tells you that it's an older tin, but I covered the brand on purpose. Now, what is the story about behind that tin? And I will show it to you in a minute. So as you know, I received a number of cigars that I have rehydrated, put in the jars, so they will, let's say, even possibly mature until I will use them somehow, let's say. And one of the members of our pipe club said, why don't you trade me some of those cigars, and I will, in return, I will give you this tin. I said, okay. So I made a video how I have jarred the cigars, and I said, just look at the video, tell me what you want, and I will pick up. I mean, there was not a lot to pick from because some of the cigars had broken wrappers and so on. So I was happy that I could give him 3 Monte Cristos, 3 Partagas, 3 Cohibas, and 3 Gurkas, 15 years aged, plus some other stuff, that long Filipino cigar, and some other cigars. And he gave me the tin. So, let me show you the tin. So this tin has been sold in Germany. The price for this tin was, you won't believe, €8.30. Now, if you really want to go a bit more deeply into dating tins, I don't know, maybe I could go in and start to send emails around what this tobacco label, how I can date this, because I know it can be done that way, due to the fact that I have dated one tin that way. It was from 1995, but I was just asking the company, look, this is the tax label, which year of production, and they told me that. So there are possibilities to get the exact year, let's say. But this tin, Let me show it a little bit closer. See? So we are talking about Errymore flake, and on the top you see the writings. Murray, Sons and Company Limited. So there are two hints on this tin. First one is this tobacco tax label, which has the price in euros. Germany started to use euros on the 1st of January 1999. And there's also a writing here with the red, look. And it says, made in Northern Ireland by Murray, Sons and Company Limited, Belfast. Now, out of available information on the internet, this company stopped operating in 2005. We know that British American Tobacco was the last owner, and that in that time, 2004 to 2005, somewhere they moved the production of downhill blends to Orlik company, which later became a part of the STG. Okay. So we have a tin that is, let's say, 20 years old plus, 20 to 25 years old. Sorry, 20, yes, 20, let's say 20 to 25 years old. And out of the, it's still sealed, the seal holds, and it's still, it doesn't give me somehow sounds that anything is dry inside. So, okay, it did like, let me show you this waxed paper they were using at that time. Ooh. A little bit of sparkling. And here are the small flakes. Look at them. We are still getting the Errymore scented. Errymore is Virginia Burley or Kentucky with some aroma added. I have some here, but it has much nicer smell, I mean, of the aroma that was added. Much stronger because it was closed. This is like often open and I was smoking it. But it has a really nice smell. So I'm really looking forward to smoking this once again. So don't buy old tins only to preserve. I know we have problems with opening them and so on. I also have that problem, but sometimes it's better just to open it. And this one came out of nowhere. And you see how, one more thing, you see how when they are sucking the air out, how some of the particles are being pulled into the air in the tin and then up to the where the air goes out when they were when they were vacuuming. And sometimes they can stop here on the where the rubber seal is. And another thing that is I am just curious about this. It says all inquiries to PO Box, Aylesbury, UK, and with all the numbers and letters there, of course, of that PO Box. And we know that there is a John Ellsbury brand in Germany putting out aromatic tobaccos, cigars, and whiskies under their name, but they are of course branded by the distilleries. It's branded by John Ellsbury. They are branded by John Ellsbury, but they're coming from like Bunnehaben or something like that, from respected distilleries. A really interesting coincidence. So how this Ellsbury in UK connects to this. Connects to. I will put just here to with the other stuff. Just let me check the moisture. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not like dry or something, and I will put them here just to get some air, to oxidize and smoke it, you know. That's why we are buying tobacco. Not to have a lot of nice tins lying around, but because we are not smoking the tins, nevertheless they look nice. Actually, they are getting uglier and uglier with every year, especially here in EU. And you can see, because this was done in UK, this warning down here was not added over the tin, because this is printed, this is painted lid. It was not added over. Sorry, it is yellow painted, but there is a label over it. But everything is all together. So this label consists of the blend information and warning. Of course, also on the other side. UK was always a bit in front of anti-tobacco regulation in Europe, so less power to them regarding this question, of course. So they've already issued labels for things that have incorporated the warnings and health warnings and stuff like that. While in Germany and other countries, they were like putting them over the labels they already had, and now they are of course printing the same as this. But this is like 25 years old, 20 to 25 years old here. So not going to keep you much longer. It's already 23 minutes, let's say, close to that. So thank you for stopping by and taking time to watch. As I said, I do less videos now. I have less time, and when I do, I just compile stuff together, and I hope you found this interesting about the whiskey, about the blending, improving your blends or blends that you would like to improve, about the tin that I opened. And until we meet again, I wish you all a lot of pleasant smokes.